We're now going to go to a report produced by Jakari Jackson that focuses on the CIA and how they're using drug money to sway the election down in Ecuador. No, that would never happen. I know. It's shocking. So over to you, Jakari.
I'm Jakari Jackson for the InfoWars Nightly News. Now we have a story here breaking for the first time in the English language. Headline: CIA allegedly using drug money to overthrow Ecuador President Rafael Correa. Now the headline pretty much says it all, but we also have a video that goes along with this that documents a UK diplomat's concern for the issue.
Realizó un diplomático inglés, Ray Murray, ex embajador del Reino Unido en Uzbekistán, quien sostuvo en su blog personal que la CIA estaría fraguando una operación secreta para evitar la reelección de Rafael Correa. Y para ello, según el ex embajador inglés, la CIA contaría con un presupuesto mayor a los 80 millones de dólares. Todo esto para evitar, de acuerdo al alto diplomático inglés, la gran pérdida sufrida por los intereses norteamericanos en Venezuela.
And as we all know, this is not the first time the U.S. has used drug proceeds to fund their various operations.
Well, I come to the table with a background in Air Force intelligence, 8 years during the Vietnam War, worked with the CIA and Air America, and then that led me into contract work with the CIA in an obscure place called Mena, Arkansas, back when Bill Clinton was governor and back when George Bush was the president. And I personally witnessed complicity between these two men, Bush and Clinton, in terms of transporting cocaine into the U.S. For the purpose of sale to generate money to fight a war. And that war at the time was the conflict in Central America involving the Sandinistas in Nicaragua.
And for those who think the problem ends with the arrest of a neighborhood drug dealer, check out the story of Freeway Rick Ross.
At the same time, all of the cocaine from Nicaragua was flowing into the U.S. Freeway Ricky Ross was at his heyday. An investigative journalist by the name of Gary Webb uncovered a link that connected him back to the Nicaraguan Contra movement.
In South Central, the buzzword was that the CIA was selling crack. I said, no, the CIA wasn't selling crack. The CIA was importing cocaine. Ricky Ross got it, turned it into crack, and he sold it.
And don't forget, the U.S. military is on the record guarding opium in Afghanistan. And as you can see, this is just another example of collusion between our government and various drug lords around the world. I'm Jakari Jackson for the InfoWars Nightly News.
Thank you, Jakari, for that news story. Well, that's all for the hard-hitting news today, but we are going to go to some an inspirational quote as part of our daily quote. And it's from John F. Kennedy. Quote, "A man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on," end quote. There you go. And that was the daily quote. And remember, if you like what we do here, if you like our operation, if you think if you approve of the fact that we're going after the globalists, we encourage you to support us. And one way you can do that, you've done so in so many ways, and we thank you for that. But one way you can do that is by becoming a member of PrisonPlanet.tv. For less than $6 a month, you can get just hours and hours of content. You can see Alex's radio show live. You get access to his documentaries, high def, high quality. You get to see his rants, ebooks, and also you can go to InfoWarsShop.com, and this week we actually have a pretty amazing discount that we're offering for Pro Pure water filters. Obviously, this takes out the fluoride in your water as well as other harmful chemicals, and if you just put in the code WATER15, you'll receive 15% off Pro Pure water filters. One of our reporters here, I won't disclose her name. I mean, I'm sure she's proud of it, but I'll just say, well, I just disclosed it, but there's only one female reporter. Melissa Melton got a Pro Pure filter. There, I said it. She's a patriot. I know. I should keep that a secret. She got a Pro Pure water filter, and she cooks with it, and, you know, so we practice what we preach here. So go get those Pure water filters. And thank you so much for watching tonight's edition of InfoWars Nightly News. Again, I'm David Ortiz. Have a great evening.
Insider billionaire investors like George Soros and John Paulson have recently made massive moves into gold, purchasing what Bloomberg News described as gold hoards. Soros alone doubled his holdings in a single day. Russia's Vladimir Putin has doubled down on gold, increasing the country's holdings by over 100%. With $1.8 trillion under management, the bond king Bill Gross, the world's preeminent bond fund manager at PIMCO, has warned investors of the dangers of QE3 and inflation. And what's he betting on? You guessed it, gold. Friends, this is Alex Jones for MidasResources.com. For more than 15 years, I have exclusively used Midas Resources for all my precious metal needs. Whether it's bullion or collectibles you're looking for, Midas Resources is simply the best. I own my gold as a hedge against inflation. This Federal Reserve fiat currency could go the way of the Deutschmark and the Weimar Republic anytime. In these historically dangerous times, it makes sense to physically hold gold and silver. Midas already has some of the best deals in the industry. But if you give them a call and mention the radio special, they will give you a list of the day's super specials. Midas brokers are standing by to answer all your questions at 800-686-2237. They also have a lot of informative free literature explaining the opportunities and risk of holding precious metals. They are ready to answer your questions at 800-686-2237. Again, that's 800-686-2237.